They've adjusted to the playstyle, and the players have gotten more rest. When they played that Vertigo game, you'll remember, ATK was basically phasing through time. Swisher wasn't even home yet. He was playing... that was the game
before.
Right after he got home. He had landed a couple hours beforehand. So, I think that they might be a little bit more reinforced on Vertigo. It's going to be an interesting one, to say the least. We're hopping in. We're starting off on Vertigo, and I think this is going to be a tempo setter.
Yes.
Interesting, definitely a bit of a risk coming through from EG, and I'm curious about whether it pays off for them.
Yeah, and I mean, the other two maps are Mirage and Inferno. Surprised see ATK pick into Mirage the way it's gone for them the past two times, so we'll have to wait and see. First off, we got Vertigo. Walco. He's going to be pushing up here towards the A ramp, but he's already spotted out one. That's Swisher. Wants to try and get that opening frag, but so far, both teams at a bit of a standstill. Very much a heavy stack for ATK towards that A site. Only Rec on B. Adjustment for EG. Moving their way into mid. 3 players coming out here, including the bomb. So Rec will get some information, even if he goes down.
That information at the cost of a goosh. They might not be expecting him in the corner, though. Oh, had chances at those headshots. It was a cheeky bit of angling. He knew that if you just played default, he was dead. That's where they expected him, and so he did get a chance for a shot, but still needed the execution. It's always going to be the case on pistol rounds. We'll get a retake attempt, but 2 quick kills means this one's over before it even begins, and that is as clean a pistol round as you're ever going to see.
Evil geniuses, yeah. Doing a very nice job handling the ATK squad. Not a single frag for ATK. Rush got 3, and Rush, again, looked good in the previous one that they played earlier today, and of course throughout this entire close qualifier, solid. So it's good to see his contribution early on here as he continues his usual form. And of course, Junior, he's been solid throughout, the last 3 months, honestly. Jeorge going to spam through over the top of the smoke here, but Rush has snuck in up the ladder, and is he going to be able to do more damage? No, but just his positioning is giving Mistim something to think about. Again, ATK didn't invest much into this round. In fact, nothing at all. It's just USPs. Oh, Mistim could get a frag here. He'll probably go down anyway, and, well, no frag, and also he does indeed go down. Junior finding Swisher in this round is all but over.
Seems like that might be the case. Yeah. Not exactly ideal for DJ and Rec. And indeed, Rec getting goosh takes it from a not ideal to nightmarish. He gets dropped. Jeorge is looking to make a little bit of money with that Mac 10. What do you got, DJ? Should be the play of the century, and it's not gonna happen.
No. Not at all. Not going to get any ROPs or rogues here.
No. God, that was a play. Oh, that's a Grand Slam winner.
Wow, yeah. So deserved.
Good. So deserved. It took him a long time to get to it. It's funny how the story of it got written, right? Because you had this dominant period of time, and then you just had a massive fall off in the middle of it.
Yes.
But recovering in time to secure that historic achievement, make Twist and North American Counter-Strike player the only person in Counter-Strike Global Offensive to ever win the Intel Grand Slam. Because NACS best CS.
Well,
Because NACS best CS, John. Well, because NACS best CS.
I guess if you say it enough times, it becomes true.
That is fact. If I've learned anything from the way politicians speak. We've got some control in towards mid, being exerted from EG. They've gained some space. And the thing about this buy is the utility is going to be limited. So you can see ATK are down to 3 smokes and 2 flashes. They're going to want to hold on to those till the site hit proper comes through. Well, EG's got a little bit more to toy with. Every nade they can drag out at this point is very valuable. This is a really passive way to hold the angle from Swish.
Yeah. It's not often you see players going this far back, but have faith in Swish.
EG, 45 seconds. They've got no information. They don't know anything. And because Mistim's jump spotting this and seeing nothing down A ramp, they're going to float Bowden now to support mid as well. So this is a pretty good setup. Swisher might even adjust to defend B. EG, their patient style, it cost them at times. Smoke going to be out to block Swisher's vision. They'll be shifting around, though. This is the reinforcements coming in. That's the bomb dropped. Rhett gives up his life to defend it, but 17 seconds. If DJ just stays alive and they don't clear him, well, he can probably just shut down this round. Bomb going to be dropped again. It's all falling apart. 10 seconds. They have to get on the plant, and it's just one man. Junior with no health. No way. No how. No world where he gets that down.
See, I think EG beat themselves in that round because I just don't see the reason why you wouldn't execute sooner. I mean, you're all set up, you're waiting. Why wait until the 20-second mark and then you're on site with 15 seconds? You can't clear your corners properly. You're panicking just to plant the bomb, and that pillar position becomes so very powerful in those types of situations. And they don't even throw a Molotov for it. Just so strange again and again. I don't know why they're lacking confidence.
It's reminiscent of like the old CIS style that we used to see from IGLs like Zeus, where basically the idea is that because it comes in last second, if everything's perfect, it puts such pressure on the defense. But if there's any mistakes, if there's a missed Molotov, if there's a bit of utility out of there, pressure's on you as well. Walko's going to be able to get one, getting very aggressive this time. With the SMG, that is a good exchange early, taking out the Bowden Master. But the problem for me as well is that it's not like they hit it in the last round, right? They throw, I think, one flashbang, a ramp, not exactly selling a fake, and then rotate, and they're slow enough in setting up their rotate. They sit in mid and they sit in B ramp for long enough that the A players realize nothing's there.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily mind the play, don't get me wrong. It's just that I find EG overuses it. Yeah, missed him almost connecting on a frag. And EG...
Yeah, they don't always have the tempo breakers to force you to respect the slow play style.
Exactly.
They are slowly making their way up the A ramp. 45 seconds, so we got about 15 more before they execute. Based on current pace of play, they'll clear out cement. 30 seconds on the clock. Now, having detected some presence up the A ramp, did they bring in the rotations? For now, it's just missed him. And actually, this one will be successful. ATK not here to defend. Flashes effective to push them off the angles so far. They need to get the kills, and they do exactly that. So this is where it works. This is where it works. You're slow, you're methodical, you have enough utility at the tail end that you can just chain flashes in, and there's really no chance for ATK to respond. Meanwhile, they've lost their nades. They just didn't have that many to begin with. Extra casualty for Rek, but now his position known, his health faded. He's going to get away and save this gun to the next.
Yeah, no, definitely working there. A little more time, though, still. Last time was 15 seconds when they started to step towards the site. This time, 25, so yeah. Still in the latter parts of the round is when they come in here. And it works out well, like you said, because they have that extra bit of utility.
Terrorists win.
3-1 in their favor. ATK probably going to be on an eco here. I say probably, definitely going to be on an eco here. Rek has the A1S. Everyone else can buy. You know, maybe Swisher is going to get, if he feels ambitious, he's going to go for an MP9. But I doubt it. Probably just the pistol upgrades here for ATK around the A1S, and Rek has proven to be quite serviceable when he saves a rifle on forward. We've seen some hero plays from him in the past few days. Swisher going to get naded down to 44, though. He's going to fall back a little bit. There's that A1S we talked about in Rek's hands. He's guarding the A ramp. Flashbang going to get thrown. Walko with the Molotov as well. Just trying to gain some space for his squad as it stands. And you have missed him and Rek trying to play those cheeky close angles, right? Behind the smoke. But EG is just trying to throw them for a loop at that A site for now. Walko gets the opener onto Mistim. Rek trades it out, though. So there's another rifle for ATK.
Contact taken. Do they expect the boost? They do. They read it. Nicely done. Swisher being in position. They're not going to overlook it. Now they've got B full and cleared. The bomb. Oh my goodness, the bomb. Okay, Bowden doesn't go through the tight angle. And it was just a USP, but there was a moment. There was a moment there where the bomb was so low. Waiting for the rest of the team to come through. It's all going to be okay, John. It's all going to be okay. It's planted down now. There's really, realistically zero that they can do. Bowden might try and get an exit or find one of these dropped guns. And Bowden, well, Rek will just try and save. And Rush is defected, apparently.
Oh, no. We have a disconnect, and I'm worried it's Swisher's electricity or power. That has gone out again, but apparently he's back, so we're good.
Maybe the generator turned off and they turned on main power now.
Ah, maybe.
Maybe. We had a little bit of a delay on the early end of this because Swish's power went out.
Yeah, it happens.
Happens.
Nothing you can do.
Generate the power with excitement. Okay,
Ooh,
all right. There's a little stinger on the end of it. An extra
cash.
rifle dropped. At least going to keep some money flowing out of the evil genius pockets. That's not bad for the Bowden Master.
Yeah, and he gets $300 in his bank account as well, which helps him buy a little bit more utility. All right.
Util's much better this time around.
Yeah.
For the CT side, so it's going to be interesting to see how much they hold on to their nades, right? The thing about this, if EG go for their slow style, and you have a couple mollies or a couple HEs for
Just
the A
save
plant, yeah, there's a lot you can do to shut things down.
And that's what ATK have been doing to shut down EG. They save those Molotovs, they save the smokes until the latter part of the round, and then toss them down as soon as EG tries to go for that execute. Nice nade.
They've already spent all their HEs.
Hmm.
Hear me out.
Yes.
Based on the pace of play, based on the way this is working, what if at the beginning of the round you drop 3 HEs back scaffolding on A,
Okay.
like a back sight heaven, you know, so that because you can nade the planter from that angle, right? So if the plant comes through, if you wind up in a retake scenario on A, you just nade the planter late.
Yeah. Also very viable.
Hex getting caught here. He's out of the angle though. That reduced magazine costing them. He wants to press it forward. That's absurd, and it works. That's even more absurd. Missed him dead. Didn't realize they're working their way up the side hall, and this is disastrous. Hex should have been a dead man. Instead, he kills 2, and this round is done.
And he gets...
No one can shoot him. What is happening?
What?
He's just dodging bullets.
I mean, I guess, yeah. After he goes for that initial phase, he's down to 22 HP. You're like, there's no way Hex is long for this world. Well, not only is he long for this world, he gets one, the second, and then another one, even though they know his position. Ay, ay, ay. What a mess there for ATK. But great shots for Hex. Got to give him credit for hanging on there and getting back to cover to set himself up for a few nice frags. 5-1 for EG, and ATK's bank account, well, it's been drained. They've got to go for a more conservative buy up here. It's going to be a couple of deagles, make that 3 of them, a 5-7, and a USP. A lone nade, tossed down the ramp, does a little bit of damage, but missed him, is taking the most of it, and Swisher does go down. Rek finds one on rush, so this could get interesting towards a ramp if Mistim connects on another one, but Junior's good for it, and that restores the man advantage for EG. EJ and Bowden playing the buddy system here at the side hall. ATK are just stacked up on A and hoping that EG comes this way. But they're not. They've readjusted. Nope. They're going B. Free plant. Round probably done.
Not making any mistakes in this one.
Unless they wait too long. And ATK comes with the 5-7s and the deagles here.
There's a world. Should still be pretty tough, especially with the smokes in towards the choke points. There'll be a chance. Bowden cleaned up on the flank, so you're all secure here. Bomb can go down. No utility to push them off. It's all good.
Yeah, that's fine. Just don't wait until the 20-second mark. You're good. Which they
wise to it. Another buy up. Timeout used. The last time these two teams met, there was an early run of rounds as well. You'll remember this. It was Mirage. And then they took a timeout over on the ATK side, and boom, 4-5 rounds right off the jump. So Spray has had the most impactful timeouts I think I've seen in this qualifier. And let's see if his magic words can have impact once more.
It's the Spray buff. It's like a +10 to resilience and armor.
He's somebody that I think the greater community is becoming a little more aware of him, but I don't know that he's necessarily gotten his credit for what ATK has been able to do in the last year. I think that he's put in a lot of work, and I mean, it's true for all these players, but they have a little bit of a difficult situation just trying to maintain roster cohesion when they're from 3 different regions, realistically. just keeping everybody in the same location, dealing with visas and things like that is occasionally a challenge. And I think Spray's done a very good job with this team.
I mean, I had the chance to catch up with him at the last RMR, and I mean, he was just always grinding. He looked exhausted because he's just constantly reviewing demos, trying to counter strat everything and coming up with new strats for the squad. So he's a grinder, and I really do admire what he's been able to do, like you said, with this ATK squad.
That's what you got to do when you're coaching a roster that doesn't necessarily have the resources to have an analyst or to have, you know, assistant coaches and the like. It's a lot of labor to do the job right. Not a lot of sleep. One of the most thankless jobs in esports is coaching. Bowden, there you go. Gets a lot more thankful when your opera goes forth and frags.
Spray just reminded him, hey, your ping's high.
Swing. Missed him taking the space, peeking and swinging. That was maybe a bit too much of one. Tried to get very aggressive on the flank, and that played in their hands.
Swisher's trapped.
Hex knows. Swisher dumping util to push Hexed off, but that flashbang kind of works.
Oh, nice.
Gets away.
Wow. Desperate flash, and it works indeed. He's able to back off, and Hex has to retreat as well. But look at the space that EG have gained up the ramp. ATK's playing pretty passively here. There is going to be a smoke toss, but that's not really going to deter EG. Only 22 seconds left, though. Uh-oh.
Just T-spawn there, Ches. Here comes the hit. Swisher overwhelmed, but there's still bodies here to defend. Bomb's going to be planted, and they don't have the utility to push this off. Bowden caught through smoke, and now this should realistically be a save. There's not much they can do. They've got a flank developing, but Rush is above the smoke, and DJ's out of bullets at the worst possible moment. He might have actually had that kill. Just had a few more bullets.
You really don't like the A1S, Mike.
No, I'm fine with the A1S. He had an A4 there.
Oh, okay, never mind.
He literally just ran out of bullets.
I
Man's had 30 rounds in the magazine, but he'd been
Fair enough.
smoke spamming, John.
All right. 7-1 for EG. They are looking mighty fine, especially since Bowden found the opening frag there. I think Mistim just got overzealous. He didn't need to chase with that advantage, and he still tried to. Then he goes down, and that opens up the floodgates for Evil Geniuses to charge in. And yes, they wait until the last moment to go for the execute, but like we said, sometimes it looks brilliant when everything goes your way, and that was one of those times. Mistim gonna get naded down to 48 right off the docket here. Charges up. Oh, he's spotted as well. Mistim's in a world of hurt. He has to fall back.
He's not having really any luck on these aggro pushes down A
no
ramp.
Impact.
You gotta wonder when they pull the plug on that. 2 and 7 to this point. And usually we're looking at Mistim, we're looking at Swisher to potentially be impact players, and not having a lot of luck here early.
Look, I mean, Mistim is taking 25.5% of the attempts on opening frags, right, throughout this closed qualifier. The only person above him is Swisher at 30.6, but on the CT side, it tends to be Mistim. And when it's not clicking for him, it's problematic.
And one of the things we could discuss here, there's always a little bit of a... Oh, no way he's getting away. Yeah, they just spam it. They didn't even see him. They just knew he'd be going for the nade, or for the gun, rather, trying to get it out. Nice shot for Swisher.
Okay.
Somehow still alive here, and EG have to be very wary. This is not the round where you want to give up. Oh, in. Oh, my goodness. 3v2. Health so low.
The hero.
And Walko mows them all down.
Oh boy, Walko has been very good here for the Evil Geniuses today. He's come out when they've absolutely needed him and delivered frag after frag. I think that might be his 4th or 5th multi-kill round. And when I say multi-kill, I mean 3 or more frags throughout this evening. Not just this BO3, but the previous one as well. He has been solid. Jeorge gonna get tagged down to 37, so at least early damage on here. You were gonna ask me something or tell me something, Mike.
Was I?
Yeah, I think you forgot. We'll
I have completely forgot. It'll come back around. It'll
fine.
cycle around this old brain box of mine. It's just like 6 brain cells rattling around in there. Bowden reduces the number of brain cells rattling around for Walko. Now we got the hit on sight. DJ playing off the smoke. This is a little bit cheekier, but they're not going to expect it. He's going to get a kill as a result. A second as well. DJ finally laid low, but the damage is dramatic. Rush, though, doesn't care about the health. What do they have for nades? Oh, Missim still has one. Missim still has one. That could be a huge issue if they identify Rush's position, but he goes forward to offset it, and that's such nice play. This dude is on fire tonight.
No way.
And Junior will there to be collecting the last frag. Ah, I remember what I was going to say.
Yes.
There's a world where normally you would say, okay, the team that's more rested, the team that's had time, the team that's watched their opponent might be better prepared. But for ATK, this map might be something of a warm-up in because EG are coming hot off of the series, right? They are warm, and Rush in particular is looking red hot.
No question. Rush, I can't believe it. Like, just the cojones on this man. He has 2 frags. He's down to below 20 HP, and he's charging through smokes. He's going up, taking the fights, and he wins it to boot. Unbelievable. Walco got the opener here. 5v4 in favor of EG. I'm just loving the way Rush is playing right now. No fear at all. Wreck on top of the danger panel. This is a bold spot to hold. Rush spots him out. Swisher's heard. Lots of information gained for EG. What do they do with it is the question. ATK. Don't have any util to work with in this round. Wreck, nothing. Tries to take down Jeorge. Jeorge finds him, and then his teammates looking for the trade. That's DJ. And only, well, 2 players left around him, so it's going to be a very tough for ATK to hang on to this site. And I think EG might just make an adjustment to A.
Seems like that might be the case. I mean, wherever they go, it's really not going to matter too much. Unless they really trip over these deagles, this should be good. 30 seconds. Time is an issue, as it always is for the evil geniuses. But killing Swisher means that it really won't be a concern. 20 seconds down. They can use all the time in the world. They've got double digits on this T side. ATK are getting blown out of the water. And look, we've seen some big comebacks from ATK lately, especially against this team. But there's a big comeback, and then there's a really darn massive comeback. This would be in the ladder.
Yeah, and I mean, look, 10 rounds for EG here, only 1 for ATK, and maybe ATK were thrown for a loop by the fact that EG picked onto Vertigo, because prior to this, first map was Inferno in their first matchup of the year, Overpass in their second matchup, and Overpass again in their previous one that they played yesterday. So Vertigo coming in first, that's... yeah, definitely ATK weren't exactly ready for this.
Seems like that might have been the case. Second timeout going to be here. First spray timeout. Not an impactful one.
I know.
Not the magic silver bullet.
Didn't have a buff today.
He's reloaded. Another silver bullet in the chamber. He's going werewolf hunting. Werewolf this time. Named Russian Walco. Ah, woo. Werewolves of Seattle?
Sure.
Familiar with the great song Werewolves of London?
No.
John. It's a great song. Warren Zevon. Great American singer-songwriter. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10.
Alright, I'll check it out.
There's also a great cover of it by none other than Adam Sandler.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a really good cover of Werewolves of London.
Yeah, Ches is saying he's certain I know it and don't know the name of it, which is possible.
It is possible, but I feel like John's taste in music is probably... sorry, John's knowledge of music is probably a split of... Oh, Jeorge getting a kill here. Talk about your taste in music in just a moment here, John. We've got a little bit of a trade ski. Now that's going to slow things right back down for EG. So now we can talk about your taste in music. We're getting a lot of quality time to talk things through in these slow, methodical rounds. Never mind. We're going to get a big engagement on the smoke fade. Who's got the first bullet? Who's got the headshot? They're kissing. They're kissing. They're smooching. They're smooching. Swisher's realized it. He's like, why am I not on the other side of this? A trade's there. Even Steven still. This is very up-tempo for EG.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to see them mix it up. They have to, so that those slower plays do end up working out. We talked about it earlier on in this half, even though they're up 10-1, so, you know, can't really criticize them for too much here.
45
3v3.
seconds. They're going to have to make a choice. Mistim's
Yeah.
the only one here. The rotation's not present, but if Mistim could slip into the side hall, perhaps it's not being tested right now. This would be a cheeky bit of space for the late round. And they're maybe thinking it's a gamble. There's still a player holding this. That's Junior. If he's first contact with it, Mistim. Oh, he's got confirmation now. He's got the audio cues. He's not got the shot, though. And with that, I mean, look, it stings, but this might be another save. They've not got any utility to get back into the fight, John.
Unreal. Yeah, Junior 9-3 here. Bowden, he's thinking about it. He wants to have a peek here to see if he can find a shot, but all he's going to see is smokes. And Rec, well, he just has to back off. So does Bowden. So that'll be that. Junior, I mean, I want to talk about him more. Again, as he was in the ECL playoffs here in this closed qualifier, 156 frags plus 46 kill to death differential, a 1.42 KDR, and leads the team with 9 3-kill plus rounds. That includes a 4K. That's in 8 maps of play. He continues to be the hot hand here for this squad. And Bowden won't save the op. Rush deletes him. So you were saying my taste in music, Mike.
Yeah, so I feel like your taste in music, not your taste in music, I feel like your knowledge of music is probably split between video game soundtracks, anime soundtracks, and whatever your daughters force you to listen to in the car.
You're almost right.
Oh, what's the fourth? Is there another thing in there?
I listen to pretty much anything that I find interesting. So, like, I listen to a wide variety of songs from very different genres of music.
Okay.
So you'd be surprised, actually.
All right.
I've heard a lot of different things, but I don't
right.
necessarily have one that I go to, except for video game soundtracks. I love them.
What about 80s singer-songwriters and rock and roll? That's, I think, where Warren Zevon probably slots in. Let's see what
I might have heard
Google
it.
thinks he is a genre.
Okay. You know what? We'll listen to it in the break, and then we'll see. Oof, nice shot from Wildco there. Bowden's going to go down. ATK really aren't putting up much of a fight. They've already lost 3 players. DJ on his lonesome. Mistim connects for 1, but DJ has to survive here for them to have a chance and get kills. He spotted out, down to 46, throws a desperate flashbang here, and it does connect, and he also connects on a deagle shot, looking for more here, picks up the AK, and no heroics for DJ, but it does give Mistim time to get in on a potential flank here. Rush is watching it, and Rush will get the last.
Feels like we're getting these sputters of the type of hero plays we're used to seeing from ATK, but as soon as they start rolling, EG just shuts it down. And I mean, talk about the individuals right now. Rush is 14-4. He is not normally the one we look to light up the scoreboard.
No.
He's usually playing a bit more of a supportive role on this team or being an entry, but here's the reality of a T side. If your entry is killing everybody, the rounds are going pretty dang well, and that's exactly what's happening here. On first brush, Rush is just crushing. Now EG are feeling the confidence flowing. They're even maybe looking to accelerate. Walko is just going to burn Bowden alive.
Okay.
All right, ticking it, trying to go for one shot, one extra piece of something or other. Desperation has seeped in here, and Swisher's kissing another guy in smoke. He's getting all over the place. He has no idea Rush is behind him that whole time.
They keep doing this, and he's not ready for it. Anyway, EG's going to take down Walco now, but Hex gets the immediate trade. Brutal.
One of those games. Just one of those games. If you're ATK, you might just have to write this map off mentally because you are getting battered. Hit through smoke, shut down, your cheeky plays, you're getting red. There is nothing working in your favor.
This is the best half that EG have pulled off against ATK, period. What a time to find it as well, with the chance to qualify on the line for ESL Challenger Melbourne. Melbourne.
Gotta work on their Australian. Complicated language.
They're Australian. Oh, you're such a troll.
Tonal. You know about the drop bears, John?
What?
You know about the drop bears?
The drop bears?
One of the biggest risks. Everyone, you know, all right, we'll talk about it in a moment because we got the hit in towards mid.
Oh, the reload.
Odin, an advantage. Finally, maybe a second round possible here for ATK. Rec wants to get comes up on the angle, and Bowden knows he's stuck, so the best he can do is hold him at bay. Ooh, cheeky play around the smoke. This one works, and
No
my goodness,
way.
the bomb's dropped. It's very late, but ATK, they double up their score line. We'll be right back after the half.
You just hung up, say you want away. You, yeah. You, yeah. I've been patient with you, if I gotta say, yeah. You, yeah. You. No, I don't mean to stress you, but you ain't even guessing that lately it ain't been the same. All of this test relation. Make sure you say you out me. Just need a night, yeah. We could hop in the cool, hit the highway. Cool, we could ride away. Down, skirt, catch a fire with you. We could hop in the cool. See your face. Put me first. Same old, like a change. But don't get me wrong, I'm wrong. You got that touch. Need you get involved. It's getting late. Come on, be done for the day. Now it's my turn. Boy, just make it work. 'Cause baby, it's worth it. Are you pulling up?
Come and meet me in the middle, babe, and I give you all of my heart. And if I met you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? Come and meet me in the middle, babe, and I give you all of my heart. And if I met you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? Would you give me all your love? Could you give me all your love? Could you give me all your love? Come and meet me in the middle, babe, and I'll give you all of my heart. If I meet you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? Could you give me all your love? Would you give me all your love? Could you give me all your love?
So anyways, John, I was saying before the break, have you
Yes.
heard about the drop bears?
Yes. No, I haven't. I'm just
You're not
answering.
familiar with drop bears. So everyone thinks when they go to Australia that the things that are dangerous are going to be obvious, you know, like
Yeah.
the crocodiles or the venomous snakes or that kind of thing.
The spiders.
But actually, the leading cause of wildlife incidents are the drop bears, which are just these really angry bear-like marsupials that drop out of the trees onto your head and
you
just
kidding me?
gnaw your scalp out.
You're joking, right?
No, they're extremely territorial. They don't like when people enter their territory, which is why they drop down. So it's important to keep an eye out when you're walking under the trees in Oz.
Oh, okay. I will not just. I'll just won't go outside if I ever go to Australia. I'll just stay in the hotel.
That's true. Ches points out the snakes come through the toilet. This retake
do.
might need to snake through the toilet if you know what I mean. Because the bomb's being defused and they can't do
Wow, what a
anything about it.
defense!
Oh my goodness. In a 5-man retake, They just defuse right under their nose. Nothing can work here for ATK. It is not their map.
I mean, that's just a stalwart defense put on by EG, though. They had all 4 other players posted up defending the bomb diffuser in the smoke, I believe was, or around that smoke anyway, and just beautiful shots. ATK could not take a step forward. They couldn't get any visibility on the bomb diffuser because EG didn't allow it. Wow. That is disastrous for ATK.
Yeah, to say the least.
They got the bomb plant though, Mike, so at least they have rifles here, but I don't know if it's saying much. .133 on the clock here, round number 17, EG in full control. Hext. Peering back and forth, jiggle peeking around the corner. He's going to throw this smoke as soon as he spots someone or hears something, and he heard something as that Molotov got thrown in his direction, so he throws the smoke down to dirt, and Rack is peeking, hoping for a 1v.
No face shown just yet. Walker, though, he's going to get a little contact. Little wing shot out as well. Bit of wounds dealt to the other side, and just a smoke to barrel this up. There's still 2 smokes available for the CT side, so ATK is going to have a bit of a nightmare whichever way they choose to go. 35 seconds. This is looking like a first half round. And now, well, it's played out quite nicely for EG.
Yeah. 25 seconds left. ATK are making a ton of noise, thunderfooting up this ramp, and EG have the bodies here. The smoke will guise off their visibility of the site proper, though, and Rek gets one. DJ gets another. They can't do anything on EG's side. DJ getting 2. Swisher drops Junior. Finally, something to write home about for ATK, as Walco is the last one standing.
Well, this retake is going to be quite the substantial thing. But they're taking the first step here. Walker going to back away. Need to run 14 in a row of their own to actually close this map in regulation.
I mean, they did it.
But now it'll just be 13, John.
They did 8 times in a row last time, Mike. You know, anything's possible.
It's happened before. It could happen again. But it would be quite stunning.
I think this one would be... Well, I don't think it would be incredibly impressive.
Well, starts here. Journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and they've taken that. And this, well, it's probably going to be a buy up for EG around
I
this
would
one
think
rifle.
A force buy. You're on a
double eco type
eco
scenario. Might as well invest here. Junior will keep a little extra cash to splash for that AWP, and his comrades will get in on the fun. Where is Walco playing with that singular A1S? Up on top of B. Peering in towards mid, and he'll collect. That's a great way to maximize the rifle early. Missed him already down for the count.
I love that boost.
It's a cheeky one. It's almost impossible to spot back the other way because of the rebar blocking your vision.
I'd love to see how that plays out in CS2 with the different lighting and different textures in terms of visibility. I mean, that's assuming they don't change that part of the map.
Now if you peer through the rebar there, it'll actually just stab you in the eye. Immediately. It's a vengeful spirit. Rush has found the UMP. Down he goes, straight to death. They're going to drop down further. Bowden collecting. 1-2. Advantage found for ATK.
Yeah, I understand the idea. They just have the pistol, so they're trying to make something happen.
I like the idea for Bowden where he says they're going to come for this gun eventually, and I'm going to wait bottom ladder to punish them if they take it a step further.
EG have both guns here.
This is going to get spicy. This is going to get very spicy indeed. Everything's here in the smoke. Walco trying to play the lines. He hasn't seen anything, and at this point, he's just going to try and save. Gotta try and back out of there. ATK. Climb that next rung.
Yeah, and this next time it's going to be a lighter buy-up because EG have to go for the eco in the follow-up round. So Walco wants to ensure that they at least still have the rifle one more time. And still, no reason to panic at all for EG. Obviously, ATK have 4 rounds, still a 10-round lead.
This is the part where you're like, all right, guys, we've had our fun. Next round, we get the guns. Wait, no. Next round, we get the eco.
Next round, eco.
Then we get the guns. Then we'll win. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You lose the gun with the rifles. You say, it's okay, guys. We'll eco again. We'll get the guns. Loss bonus builds up, and then you get your
all right,
guns
guys,
again.
stop trolling. Stop trolling. Come on, guys. We can't throw this. Come on, guys.
Well, Jeorge investing into a UMP, so a little more than I expected. Hex with the 5.7, and outside of that, USPs. Wow, are they going to go for that boost again? I'd be surprised because ATK will probably be expecting it, so Walco instead going to move up towards T-spawn. Flashbang thrown for him. DJ backs off, and DJ gets the instant frag. 5v4 just like that, and the A1S is lost.
Rip gun. I hardly knew ye. So, the big threat taken out of this round. Fangs shattered. Ever broken a tooth, John?
No.
It's an interesting experience.
It's probably very painful, I would imagine.
Not actually.
Really?
I mean, it doesn't feel good exactly.
Okay.
But, I used to have the idea of breaking teeth used to really squidge me out, you know, until I did, and I was like, oh, I mean, that wasn't fun. I would not do it again. Don't recommend. 0 out of 10. Dentistry is annoying, but not actually terrifying. Junior finds himself an AK. Look at the health remaining on ATK. It's going to be way closer than EG had any idea.
I was going to say, they don't have any clue how close this could have been.
They had a few broken teeth in this one.
But yeah, how many teeth have you broken, Mike? And why?
Just the one.
What happened?
Fell against the dresser.
Oh, how?
Tripped.
Okay.
Yeah, shattered the heck out of it.
Pretty simple. Whoa.
Took me a while to get that sorted. It was like 2/3 of it were just broken off. So that was fun. Got a shave down to a post, and now I've got a false tooth on it.
Oh, okay. I mean, that sounds super painful to me, Mike. I don't understand how that can't be painful.
It wasn't good, but it's not terrible. Mostly just really weird how sensitive the remaining piece is until you go and get it root canaled, you know?
Yeah. Ugh, I hate dentistry.
Root canal wasn't fun.
Just, ooh.
But yeah, wasn't that bad. Not good. Wouldn't recommend. But I did have a perfect Tooth Fairy costume for that year. Before it got fixed. Because I broke my tooth right around Halloween.
Okay. And you wore a Tooth Fairy costume?
Yeah, I basically just threw wings on and like cut out a tooth in cardboard. Wore that on the front. I was the Tooth Fairy. Because all my friends knew that I had just broken a tooth.
All right. Oh, we need pictures of that, I think, Mike.
I don't know if they exist, and if they do, I want to burn them.
Oh my goodness. Well, ATK trying to burn their way onto this site, and it works. They're going to get a plant. 5 men up on both sides. Rush connects with a nade onto Mistim. Here we go. Retake is on. Wreck uses the smoke fade to his advantage. Takes down Walco. Evens out the numbers, but EG are still lurking in the shadows. Wreck.
They do have a kit. It's on Rush, so keep an eye on where he goes down if he does. He's in towards mid right now. He's going to be the motion. Great shot for Bowden. That was a key. Ooh. Kit survives. Time's getting short, though. Kit's not going to matter by the time they get on this defuse. This round's already looking over and done. Damage will be key, but they cannot save this anymore. Surprised they're even committing into it. Jeorge, yeah, you may have gotten the kills, but you're a dead man.
Is he? Maybe he gets away? Maybe? No. Okay.
No world. 3 HP.
3 HP, yeah.
No world.
Shame. But he does get all 3 players, and, well, it won't matter. Look at the money for ATK. It's actually surprisingly strong. 2 players above 10K. And, I mean, yeah, I guess they've won the majority of the rounds here in this second half. Having only brought 2 into it, they got 4 of the 5.
One.
Yeah.
All but one, the pistol round.
Yeah.
This was going to be over and done with quickly after that, but ATK said not right now. We need to hear about Mike's broken tooth first.
Yeah, it's an interesting story.
It's more interesting if we're not live on air.
Oh.
I'll tell you that some other time.
I see. Not letting the audience get in on all the juicy details, Mike.
Well, you know.
It's a mystery.
Find me a beverage of a variety at an event sometime, and maybe I'll tell them that tale. Junior finds the opener here. Gonna need to have big impact for that AWP if they're gonna take this round, as DJ is just peeled back Walco on the other side of the map. So where do you shift the off up next? Well, that's where you shift the Jeorge to. And he's down for the count, and with him goes a lot of the control towards A. This might just turn into a bomb plant now.
Oh, I feel like Hex might be able to do something special here. He's been spotted out. Lots of util being dedicated in his direction. Making noise, hoping to connect on a shot here through the smoke. Nothing really doing, and now down to 15 HP. Well, maybe not. Nothing special this round, unfortunately for Hex, unfortunately for EG, as ATK are going to take a 7th. Rush did upgrade himself to an AK, so that's something to bring into the next, considering they didn't heavily invest in this round. But ATK continue to chip away at that lead with their pickaxes. And hoping for a magic run. Rec is going to take down Junior, so no ops saved over into this round. He will be able to buy it anyways, but still would have rather kept it. So what do you think, Mike? Full comeback?
There just yet. I'm not there just yet, but I'm starting to maybe think this gun round is going to be telling. I think double digits before I really start to get invested here. Fake comeback for now. Crashing here towards the A ramp for EG. They want to fight, but Bowden's looking for this. Oh, they'll give him the opportunity, but the ping, he can't hit it. Jeorge instead collects, so the ult down early. And EG with the advantage they were looking for to propel this gun round forward.
Ooh, Rec gonna get taken down to 14 HP. Now it's starting to look good for EG as they're trying to lock in their 15th round and put an end to this attempted recovery from ATK. 1 minute left on the clock, or just about. And Rec has slowed up, as has the rest of ATK. Rec throwing an AK down the elevator shaft. He's got the op, yeah.
No HP. Bogdan says, get Ian off, young man. And that's timing for Jeorge. Smoke drop, cover given. Rack opens up some possibilities towards the side hall, but the clock's starting to become an issue. They have to retrieve that bomb. Are they going to go for the panic rotate? No, but the little bit of hesitation they put in actually really softens up this A defense. But Rush, he doesn't need any support. He doesn't need anyone else. He's a one-man wrecking crew.
21 frags for Rush. He leads the team and the server here. And on the other side, Swisher only at 4. Surprisingly quiet here for ATK. He's usually that spark they look to. But this time, he is just not having a great time. Saved AK. 15-7 for EG. They've got 8 opportunities to close this one out and send us on over to Mirage, a map that they've actually done pretty well against ATK on. The biggest problem for EG was finding a map they could win on other than Mirage, and if they take this one, it's looking pretty peachy.
Is indeed. I mean, 8 rounds to close 1. Money is good, at least for ATK, that you can say. We don't have the opportunities here. For EG now, taking one step closer that spot.
Oh,
Australia, DJ. All right, just checking the danger panel. That'll find him one. Nicely done early on. How does EG adjust to this loss? They're not going to shift anything just yet. They'll just leave Rush alone here. And his utility is dwindling. Has been incredible, to be fair. ATK injecting some air into this, seeing if they're going to get a response from the EG side.
Well, now ATK going to toss a little bit of util onto B to draw the attention potentially of EG. Are they going to bite? They're not sure where to look at this point, but it feels like they're leaning more towards the A site. 3 players still hanging around here. They have a lot of faith in Rush. He's been playing out of his mind up to this point. So they say, you know what, Rush? You've got B. If they go there, it's up to you. We'll try and batten down the hatches here on the A site.
Fully out. They're past him. Swisher. Dropped again.
Yeah.
Can't zero in a frag. Good damage done on the Rush, but ultimately up on top of that one. Oh, pressure on. He's not there for long. My goodness, this is a storm on the site. Now the bomb planted. That's what they were looking for. Only Junior, and Junior will back away. No interest in competing for this one. So ATK aren't done yet, John.
No, they're
They
not.
aren't done yet. They'll isolate that one-round win from EG, and they'll shrink this gap back to 7.
That's the problem with playing backside on A, right? The smokes isolate you, and then there's not much you can do other than throw your set nades and hope that they connect on the bomb planter and a Molotov as well. But at the end of the day, if that doesn't work, then you're stuck. Oh, jeebus. Wreck. Gonna get the headshot onto Junior. And that is the op not saved at all. Not sure what Junior was looking at, but that makes things a lot more expensive heading into this round. But hey, look, AG, still a 7-round lead. They got another crack at this. It's going to be 2 FAMASs. The op, the A1S, and the A4. ATK inching ever closer. Double digits, but Junior just takes the head clean off of DJ over the top of that smoke. 5v4 in the first 10 seconds of the round. Mistim's managed to sneak his way in here. The problem is he's lost his teammate in DJ. So he's a little bit isolated.
And now he's gone. Now he's gone. It seems like it's all unraveling here, John.
Yep.
They made a bit of a run of this late, but it may have just been too late to get started. Contributions lacking, and now look at EG doubling up for a push mid. If they can confirm this positioning, they know they're going to feel very confident about the play B. They've got this info, but in doing so, they vacated the site, and this could get a little awkward. Control being exerted here. There's the spot. Rex quickly going to realize no one's home. A bomb is going down, and a 3-on-5 retake is on deck. Sailing over. There's the spot. There's the shot. Jeorge takes out 2. 1 with the molly, 1 with the gun. He can do it all, and Bone Master can do no more. 16-8 is our scoreline, as that's going to be Evil Geniuses moving up 1-0, taking their own map pick in this series, and meaning that we've got a real run on our hands, potentially.
Yeah, a couple of very convincing map victories in a row for EG, going back to that previous series, right? When they won on Inferno by a scoreline of